Okay, so welcome back, and now we're going to do some application problems. So it's always good to do some application problems, and when we talk about subtraction or finding the difference, wording is everything. So you want to make sure that you pay attention to the wording of the problems, because things like how much more is A than B, or how much money can we save, what's the difference, what else? Oh, how much less, right? How much more, how much less is this? You know, so those are all key words to then let us know that we're dealing with a situation of subtraction. Like, for example, how much remains? Oh, here's another one. How much is left? How much remains? How much is A greater than B? What is the increase from A to B? Okay, those sorts of phrasing. So there's always different phrasings and problems in everyday life that's going to clue us into what type of problem we're dealing with. In this case, subtraction. So I'm going to read an example. We're going to work on this one right now. And it says, suppose we find the missing dimension L, or excuse me, suppose we need to find the missing dimension L in the drawing, in the margin. Along the top of the drawing, we have the horizontal dimension of 86 millimeters. We can also see that the three lower horizontal dimensions must add up to this total. To find this missing dimension, we must subtract the other two given dimensions. Okay? So we want to find, so we're given this diagram, and we want to find the length of this L. Maybe this is a jig part. Maybe this is something that's being cut out. Okay? So it's pretty small. It's only 86 millimeters wide, right? But we want to find this inside width here. So we know that this length has to equal this length. So what we could do is we could take the 86 millimeters and subtract off this amount, and we can subtract off this amount, and the remaining amount will be L. So let's do that. So we're going to take 86. Well, actually, before we do that, let's estimate. So we're going to take 90 minus 30 minus 30, okay, which is going to equal what? 30. So our answer should be close to 30 millimeters. So let's do it. So now here's the thing. When you subtract, you have to subtract, it's a binary operation, so you have to subtract two at a time. Okay? So you can't set up a, for example, you can't do this. Right? That doesn't work. So we're going to have to do two at a time. Okay, so it's going to be a two-step process. So we can either add up these two lengths and then subtract that from 86, or subtract this length from 86 and then subtract this length from the result. Doesn't matter which way you do it, but our answer should be close to 30 millimeters. So let's do 86 minus 32. And again, if we do that, we get 54. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take that difference, 54, and we're going to subtract off 25, the other amount. And so what do we get? Well, in this case here, we get 3, but then we have to borrow from the 4, right? So let's do this in one step. So we have 5 minus 2 is 3, but then we have to borrow here, so that's going to leave us 2. That's going to be 14. 14 minus 5 is 9, and so, yep, we get 29 millimeters. And so L, and it's pretty darn close to what we estimated. Okay. Now, if I added 32 and 25, right, I could do it that way. So if I add 32 and 25, right, so that's going to give me 57. And then if I take 86 minus 57, That's going to give me what? Well, 8 minus 5 is 3, but I have to borrow because I can't subtract 7 from 6. So that means I'm going to have a 2 here, and then this is going to be 16 minus 7, which again gives me 29. Okay, so again, like I said, either way works. And that's it. Have a great day.